All right, we are live.
Yay.
Hello, everyone. This late hour. I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amber.
I'm Single Sarah.
and I apparently have lost my phone. And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And yes, it is gone. I have no clue where it went.
Not that it matters.
No, but anyway, we just got back. Oh, first off, this is a
Spoilers.
like seriously, it's the title of the freaking video. Spoiler-filled The Last Jedi recap. So, don't get mad if you click on this video and then have some important plot point spoiled because you haven't gone and seen the movie yet and you don't want it spoiled. Just
Don't click the spoiler link.
yeah, don't click the spoiler link.
Duh.
Like, I hate it. Like, you know, there's like those things. It's like the headline says spoiler, you know, blank happens in this movie, and then like somebody clicks on it and it's like, all right, don't read past this photo if you don't want the biggest scene in the movie spoiled. And they read past it, read it, and then you don't need to be posting spoilers on the internet. Yeah, don't be stupid. But anyway, so I gotta ask, what's everybody's initial impression of this movie without giving any plot point away to begin with? Just what do you think overall of the movie?
What I think overall of the movie?
Yeah, and you'll probably have to speak up a
My
little louder.
God.
It was really good.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good.
I was texting my friend from work. She was going to see it at the theater downtown 15 minutes after us. So me and her have been texting each other, and she's like, "It's a roller coaster of emotions," which it was very emotional roller coaster.
It is.
Yeah, and
It had a lot of funny parts too.
It did.
it did. And to begin with, I'll just be quite honest. At the very beginning of the movie, well, first off, I'll give like just my basic thoughts. To me, I think the first half of the movie, I was really wondering whether I was going to like this movie or not. But it's like every single time I was like, oh, God, it's starting to slow down a little bit, and I don't know if I'm going to like it. It would jump right back up.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in this movie. There really wasn't a lot of slow spots.
No. There was a lot of battle, a lot of stuff. And I'll be honest, this is where the spoilers begin. We all went into this thinking that Leia was going to die. She kind of did, almost. And like the most weird crap ever. Like the bridge actually blows up. She's catapulted into space. And
My heart thought.
yeah,
I thought she was gone right then and there.
yeah, I did too. And then they zoomed in on her body, and I was like, God, are they really wanting to drive this home? And then suddenly she's like still alive, and she brings herself back to the ship. And like it took me a second to kind of process what had happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap, like that would have been really the perfect send-off.
It would have.
But she didn't get to meet Luke face to face.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Which is weird because, again, spoiler alert, Luke Skywalker dies in this movie. Which I think everybody kind of saw coming anyway.
Yeah.
But I, honest to God, thought that he was going to get killed by either Kylo or Rey. I thought Rey was going to turn dark and kill him.
I really thought she was.
Yeah, for a minute. Yeah, I really thought that was a thing.
Well, I thought that before we even went and saw the movie. And that was as soon as
people were saying that, but I don't listen to what people be saying because I'd like to form my own opinions when I see it.
Well, like the day they announced the logo and the Last Jedi name to the movie and everything, and it was like the star background, basically what we have on the screen here. And like somebody made they revamped the logo, and instead of the Last Jedi in the middle, it was like, I better not see Luke Skywalker die with my own two eyes, I swear to God. And like he died, but it wasn't in like a negative way.
It wasn't in vain.
It was just like, well, he didn't I think
he made his peace.
He did.
Yeah.
He was very troubled. That's why he went there anyway.
Yeah. And he died in much the same way Yoda did.
Mm-hmm.
Much the same way, kind of the same way Obi-Wan did. I still don't quite get that. How they can just kind of, what do they like, will themselves into death? Or whatever they
Well, anybody kind of does that in life. Not
transmute.
even in, like, you know, because especially if you're fighting a battle, whether it be an inner battle with yourself or whether you're battling a sickness, and you just get tired.
Well,
And you make your peace with whatever, and you go on.
Well, that whole thing did really kind of drain him.
Right?
Because he was...
Because nobody realized what was actually going on until you see him at the rocks, and it's like, holy shit.
Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
wasn't really there.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that it may have just been a projection.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he handed her, like, that little pendant. And,
Yeah.
you know, there was a lot of stuff going on. But at the same time, that really... For him to project himself to that many people, and it really just...
I'm sure that took everything.
Yeah, it took everything he had. And I don't know if he died from just pure exhaustion, or if he finally accomplished everything he needed to and just was like, I'm done. Or I don't really know what happened there.
It's probably the latter.
It's probably something that's going to be, I'm sure is probably being discussed right now. And, you know, like message threads all over the internet.
Yeah.
There's one part that got me when he first came in there. He sat down with Leia, and he was about to get up again. And he said something about people or somebody's never really gone, or that line. I was like, oh my god, something's gonna happen.
I mean, because even after Leia survived, I kept waiting for something to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whenever, like, they were doing that final assault on their little armored hideout, and they brought in that, like, battering ram cannon. I honestly thought she was going to get killed by the blast. Or so. I mean, I was just constantly watching, but no. Leia survives through the entire movie, and from what I understand, like, Carrie Fisher never filmed any of Episode 9. So I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I hate that because you would think a character as major as her would have like an on-screen send-off.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't surprise me. They're going to have to do one of two things. Either one, they're going to have to CGI it and have her die that way. And I don't know if they're going to do that or not. Or two, they're going to have her die between 8 and 9. And
That's
just
what I figured.
mention it in the
That's what I figure they'll do. They'll just mention it.
in the opening crawl. And
That sucks, but what do you do? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they didn't write it in that she died.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all know, well, I told Amber this, but Billie Lourd, she plays on Scream Queens. She is actually Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she played like a small role throughout the movie.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I wanted to find out who the woman was that took over for her. The woman who was like what was she? She's the woman who piloted...
The woman with the purple... Okay, that's her.
That is Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
The woman with the purple hair.
Yeah, the woman with the purple hair who piloted the ship at light speed into the big ship.
I can't remember her name because she's from Jurassic Park, the first one.
Oh, okay.
You remember her from the first one?
No, I don't. But...
No.
She sticks her hand in the poop.
I know who you're talking about. I
Yeah.
could have swore that she was the blonde woman from Bridesmaids. That was like the, like I could be wrong. I don't know. But,
she's been in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure out.
Laura Dern.
A lot of,
Okay.
Yeah, she's been in, Jurassic Park.
Okay. But is she in Star Wars?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's
played
That was her?
She's the purple haired.
But she wasn't in Bridesmaids.
No. According to this, no.
Okay, well, whatever. So yeah, this movie, I don't, here's the thing, like, Episode VII, everybody was really looking forward to it. It was cool to see, you know, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2.
Nostalgia all the way around for The Force Awakens.
Yeah, just seeing everybody around. This movie stood on its own.
It did. The characters.
Yeah, because we no longer had that ache to see the old characters again.
Right.
We just wanted to see what happens next.
I don't know. I was really happy to see Yoda. I was very
Oh
happy to see
my
He was
Yoda.
awesome. He was so awesome.
And that makes you think, even though Luke is gone, like Luke could probably, show up like
I'm
like
sure,
Yoda did.
Yeah, he'll be back. He'll probably end up talking to Rey or whoever. Now, I don't like. There was a scene. Okay, I want to know to begin with. Is Supreme Leader Snoke really dead?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was thinking, yeah, but I wanted to get y'all's thoughts on that.
No,
he was cut in half.
I mean, yeah, he was fucking, and they even looked at his body. I mean, they were like, what the hell?
For a minute there, I was like, maybe, what's his name?
Kylo.
I was like, maybe he'll be okay. And then he turns and he starts talking to her about join me. And I'm like, no!
Yeah,
I knew that was coming.
He had a brief moment, and it was cool because him and Rey fought side by side against Snoke's people.
That was great.
Little glimmer of hope, and it was
Did y'all think Kylo Ren will eventually turn to the light side right before he dies?
Yeah, I don't know.
They pretty well resigned to the fact that he's gone.
Yeah, they're finally... Well, that's what they did this movie. They finally accepted he was gone.
Yeah.
Because last movie, they were still hoping. This movie, nah, they've accepted it.
Like, even Leia is like, oh, my son's gone. He's been gone. I was like, holy crap. But it was kind of neat because, God, there's like so much in this movie like there is to talk about, but I don't want to spend too long because it's awfully late. And, we've all got to get to bed. But... Like, the main points, you had, like, several different storylines going on at once.
Well, there's three main ones, really.
The movie began, to me, like a freaking Spaceballs sequel. There was so much comedy in, like, the opening
It was good, though.
minutes. I mean, it was hilarious, but it didn't feel like Star Wars. It didn't. It didn't feel like Star Wars to begin with.
But it's like you said, it's a new franchise now. Since it's been bought. More or less.
Yeah.
So they're gonna change it a little bit, and I think that was a positive change.
Oh, and like this is kind of off subject, but I feel like we have to cover it. And speaking of being bought, they actually finalized 100% concrete, set in stone. Disney bought Fox today.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they're gonna Marvel is getting X-Men and Fantastic Four back. And so, holy crap. Maybe they'll finally bring Jubilee in for it.
I saw your post and there's that one guy who was a Debbie Downer.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, he was like, oh, just more crappy superhero movies.
Then don't go see them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I was like,
That's about my thought on it. Just like when people are like, oh, I don't like Star Wars. Oh, I'm tired of Star Wars. Don't go watch it.
I think at our last
Fuck.
at our last count on our Facebook page, we have like 111 fans, and I'm pretty sure probably 15,080 of them are comic book movie fans.
Right.
I was like, why are you here? I mean, really, I don't know. But yeah, this movie, it's going to be a whole other video. And Jubilee's on screen. But yeah, like I said, the movie to me didn't feel like Star Wars. It had a lot of comedy. Well, it did feel like Star Wars, but there were parts
It's
that
usually
didn't.
not that comedic.
Oh, yeah. It was almost like they had taken a page from the Orville.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's the way it felt.
It's kind of like how Thor was. It was really funny.
Hi.
Please continue.
So like, yeah, the movie experience, like, not only did we have to sit through 30 minutes of trailers, but
God.
as soon as the movie was supposed to start, the lights came on and the screen went off.
Yeah.
And so we had to wait like another 10 minutes. So, whereas the movie was scheduled to start at 7:30, it was like 10 after 8 before we finally started the movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, movie theaters, you're going to have to try better, because we were already... Like, I don't want to sit through 30 minutes of previews. Keep it to 10 at the most.
No, I'd say 15.
Okay, maybe 15.
Just because that's a nice round number, and you need time to go through the snack line and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, back to the movie. I mean, they really left this open. I was expecting a lot more of, like, a downer, like Empire Strikes Back was.
Mm-hmm.
And they were kind of going in that direction.
Yes, they were.
And then everything kind of looked up, and it was...
But that was kind of the point of this movie, though, is because they were trying to, like, spark the hope. That was the whole thing. Now, how many times was that mentioned?
Yeah.
We just need to spark the hope. There's only a little bit of us, but as long as there's hope. Da-da-da. So, yeah. It had to end on a positive note for the fans to have no hope.
I mean, the movie felt just like Empire Strikes Back. Think about the similarities.
Mm-hmm.
You have an aspiring Jedi goes and sees an old Jedi master that doesn't want to teach.
Imagine that.
And then they finally do it. They end up having a big, major display of power.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, with Luke and her, it was the, all the crazy stuff that just immediately happened.
Mm-hmm.
And her kind of seeing the dark side. And then, Empire... there was like as much as they could do with the, as much as they could do with the budget and everything. He pulled the ship out of the water, and he went and had that weird fight against the Vader that had his face, and you end up with a group who goes to like this futuristic looking place. Empire, it was Cloud City. This movie, it was that casino place.
Oh my gosh, which was an amazing scene.
The group ends up getting betrayed. Empire was Lando. In this one, it was that smuggler, smooth talker con man who
Benicio del Toro
ended up turning them in. I mean, it was like...
Well, she's aged well, let's just say that.
You ended up having like a major... I mean, and here's the... Here, I don't know if this is like concrete or not, but they revealed Rey's parents. And the big reveal was, there was no big reveal.
There was no big reveal. No, they abandoned her.
Yeah,
They
she
were
just had regular run-of-the-mill
more or
parents.
less, they were drug addicts.
Yeah.
I mean, and they sold her.
And everybody was all, it's gonna...
No, I think that was better. That gave her just like this very sad background.
And she's not reliant on having famous parents like everybody else in freaking Star Wars. She's actually coming from more Anakin's background. Mm-hmm. Because he was born a slave and all that.
Which is why you would suspect she might go to the dark side. I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah,
Wah.
That's true.
But they're teasing her going to the dark side so hard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, they came right out like her first Force vision this movie. He was like, you went immediately to the dark side. Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
Yeah, that fight between him and her, I was like, oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah. She actually fought Luke. And it was revealed also that what happened with Kylo is Luke sensed like a massive darkness in Ben Solo, who is Kylo Ren. And so he, in like a moment of weakness or just like a spur of the moment thing, he like stands over him while Ben's asleep and draws his lightsaber and turns it on and is just about to like kill him with it. And then he thinks better of it, but when he looks down at him, like Kylo's looking up at him, and they fight and he ends up killing everybody. Mm-hmm. So it's like they really tease that through like the first 2/3 of the movie. And then you finally figure out, like, first it was like, oh God, Luke was dark side and tried to kill him. And then it was like, oh no, Kylo Ren was, just evil, and they were trying to say, and to come to find out it was like a healthy standard mix of the two. Like, Luke had a weak moment, and it resulted in Kylo hating him forever and killing everybody.
Yeah, I know, but can you blame Luke, though?
Yeah,
no, you can't blame him, but that's not how it works in these films. Okay. That's about how it is.
If you tried to kill me, I would get you back.
I mean, you have to kind of look at him as thinking, like, you can see it from both their perspectives. There is no good guy in this. The only difference is Kylo went to the dark side. Luke stayed good. Well, he kind of just went neutral and went off by himself.
Yeah, because he felt like he felt like he had done such a disservice to the Jedi.
Oh, and also, they had all those ancient Jedi texts in that tree, and Luke was going to burn it down and then decided against it. Yoda did it for him. And then...
He said page turners, they were not.
Yeah. But if you notice, later in the movie at the very end, those books were in a freaking drawer on the Falcon. So she had to have snatched them up before the fire.
Yeah.
Without anybody knowing. That's probably why Yoda blew the tree up.
Yeah, he knew.
Because, Yoda had like that kind of smart-ass attitude about him anyway.
Always, yeah.
Just, he always liked messing with people. He always liked insulting people.
He got so tickled when that tree was on fire.
That was
the
great.
cutest thing I've ever seen.
It was neat to see the Force ghost of Yoda pop back up.
Yes.
Like, very, very much. Like, that was really a highlight. So, like, to me, the three big highlights of this... Yoda, Rey, and Kylo versus the Knights of Snoke, basically.
That was a good one, yeah.
And Rey versus Luke was probably the three best parts in the entire movie. Eventually, I think the Leia coming back to life and floating through space will be, like, in hindsight, that'll be a big thing, but right now I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of still trying to process that.
Yeah, because you really think that and then she manages to not be, and it's, okay.
So how about that part where the purple-haired lady, she decides to turn around and she's going to drive that ship into there.
Oh, yeah.
That was amazing.
Like, it was quiet for like a minute. And it's like, oh my God.
The whole freaking thing.
Yes. That was cool.
The thing just like zips at light speed right through that huge ship, tears it in half basically, and that definitely worked.
That was amazing.
That was definitely cool.
And I honest to God thought that Finn was gonna die right there at the end when he was piloting.
His girl saved him though, didn't she?
Yeah, and she survived. I honestly thought that after she kissed him and passed out, I thought she was dead.
I thought she was too.
But instead, no, she
they had to keep her alive. Otherwise, Finn wouldn't develop anymore as a character. Like, he'd go back to running.
That is true.
Because that was what happened. That he finally decided he was not going to retreat. He was not going to run away. He was going to do the right thing. And then she stopped him.
Mm-hmm.
Because she brought up a very valid point, We're not going to win by killing ourselves. We're going to win by saving everything we love.
Yeah, I can't believe he's going straight into that thing. I was like...
Oh, yeah, that was like the end right there. I was like, holy crap, this is it. I was like, he's finally going to go out,
and he's going to go out on top.
That's...
She saved him. It's all good, though.
This movie was... It almost felt like it was made by M. Night Shyamalan, because there were so many twists and turns in this damn movie. Like, I was like, holy crap, because you'd think you had it figured out, and then, oh, no.
No, that's not it.
Look at what we got up our sleeve here. Yeah, I mean, that was, seriously, it was like every 20 minutes there was some major plot twist.
And it's like, what on earth? Like, oh, you thought the movie was going to end right here, but it's not.
You thought that person was going to die, and they didn't.
Oh, yeah, there were like 4 different...
You thought he wasn't going to show up, but he did.
In the last hour, I swear I thought the movie had ended like 4 times. I was expecting the credits to roll.
Yes, I was the same way.
I honest to God thought that whenever Luke went walking out to meet all of the machines and stuff advancing, I was just expecting and I was like, no. But no, it didn't.
I was expecting after, Rey and Kylo killed all those people and he was like, join me. Expected to cut off then.
Credits.
And it didn't. I was like, okay, well that's cool too, But there was a couple of scenes where I was just like, because you think of how the last one ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this turd silently handing him the lightsaber and it just ends. So.
Oh, speaking of, how'd you like how that resolved itself at the very beginning of the movie? He took it and then just threw it off the cliff.
That was amazing.
Because, it's like such a grand moment in Star Wars history. Mm-hmm. And come to find out, Luke Skywalker didn't give 2 shits about it.
And he was just like, no, I don't need this.
How about the porg scenes? Those were really funny.
Or all the freaking animals.
Precious.
They were. Chewbacca.
And Chewbacca adopted them. Can you imagine if Han Solo was still alive, how pissed he'd be at Chewbacca for adopting
Well, he was sitting there eating that little, like, calico penguin cat or whatever it was. Like, he was eating it because he like, had them cooking on the fire, and like they all walk up to him and looking all sad because they know he's eating, like, their brother or something. And, I mean,
they
there was...
wanted some of it.
I will say that while it seemed out of place for a Star Wars movie, I really like the pro-animal thing. Just because that's me.
Yeah.
Like, I like that pro-animal message, like, let's save let's save the racehorses, let's adopt the little penguin birds that you just ate.
I'll sit there like, Chewbacca, you better not eat that.
Because he wanted to. They kept walking up to him, like, crying and everything, and he finally, like, brought them all into the ship, which was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
And those little, like, ice foxes.
I was about to say,
they were beautiful.
They were.
They were so pretty.
They looked like ice jubilees.
They really did. Little ice jubas.
Like, whenever we get that movie on Blu-ray when it comes out, like, Jubilee will be sitting there watching it. She's like, yes, that's what I strive to be.
Wow.
Yep. That's the plan. She's like, it'll just come a freaking snow.
Just come a freaking snow, yeah.
All right. Well, I think
we've covered everything.
Yeah, honest to God, we could sit here and talk for an hour about the movie because every time you think you're done, there's that one little detail you missed.
Like, hey, what about that one?
We could just keep on going over and over and over. But I want to get everybody's ratings. I'm going to go ahead and say this movie was a 9. It wasn't perfect.
Why wasn't it perfect? I gotta know.
I told you, because towards the beginning of the movie, there were so many times where I was like, I don't really know how I feel about this movie. Granted, it was like the first 30 to 40 minutes, maybe even the first half, but, there were times that I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this movie. But it did. It kept making up for itself, and there were some great moments. But, like, Force Awakens, to me, now that, like, I may have said it was a great score to begin with, but now that I've had time to kind of sit and let the excitement subside, overall, Force Awakens was like an 8.5. And I think this movie was just a tick better. But it wasn't perfect. I've never really rated... Like, I love Star Wars, but I've never really rated any of the Star Wars movies as perfect. Like, there's always stuff that I just don't care for in them. So.
Okay. Anyway. What do you think?
I give it like an 11. I loved it. It was awesome.
Wow.
It was awesome.
That was great.
Don't get me wrong.
Happy.
My 9 does not mean I hate the movie. I love the movie. It wasn't perfect.
Whatever.
It's like I don't give the first Lord of the Rings movie a 10. Fellowship gets a 9.5 from me. The other two get 10s.
Please tell me what that half a point is for.
I just think it drags a little to begin with.
The whole damn series drags. You can't say that.
Okay,
That's the
well,
longest ass movie I ever saw. Anyway, I give it a 10.
Academy Awards.
And? That means shit to me.
Okay.
You know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. That's all I got to say. I give it a 10. I ain't like Sarah. 11. It would have quite 11 for me.
I was excited.
I was excited too. But
so I read this was what's her name's last Star Wars movie. You're supposedly the girl. The girl who plays Rey.
No. She's signed through 9.
Oh, okay. I read it wrong then. Okay, I was like.
But she has, I think, gone on record as saying she's pretty much done with Star Wars after 9, which I don't know if that bodes well or what.
So how many Star Wars are there left?
1.
Which one? Okay.
Well, the Han Solo movie comes out next year. It's like a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And then 9 comes out in 2019. Like this time in 2019, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe earlier. I think it might come out in May or something. One more thing I do want to cover before we in the stream. Captain Phasma, the gold-plated stormtrooper leader.
Yes.
Like she ended up getting killed.
Oh,
and honest to God, thought that they would have kept her around because she didn't really get the recognition.
But that was part of Finn's character development.
Yeah, like she was there just as a supporting character to Finn.
Yeah, she had to go for him to feel like somebody.
You know who played Captain Phasma, right?
Who?
Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones.
Really?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Wow.
I was actually kind of bothered that they didn't show her without her helmet. I don't think they ever did. Like through the first.
At one point, you could see her eye, but
yeah, whenever her face busted.
Yeah.
And then she died. So I don't think she'll be back unless she managed to land on top of a floating ship.
Shut up.
But yeah, she fell down into the fiery crevice where the ship had gone light speed through the other ship and everything's breaking apart. She fell down into the fireball. Probably didn't survive that, but hey, I guess if Luke Skywalker's lightsaber could survive falling down from Cloud City, then maybe Captain Phasma could survive a fiery fall.
Cloud City, that's great.
Because it seemed like that suit she was in was pretty sturdy.
I mean,
yeah,
I think could take a hit.
I doubt it though.
Me too.
All
well,
right.
anyway.
Yes.
I know that it was like after 11 o'clock before we started this, so I really wasn't surprised at all that we didn't get any live viewers. But hopefully, if you're watching this later on, you enjoy what we had going on here. Also, remember, if you've made it this far, we're going to be kind of sort of busy this weekend. Not really doing a lot of programming, but we're going to try to put something together Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. Monday, are we going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy review Monday? We all watch it. Yeah, we'll do Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 review. I think we'll all three be here for that. And then that'll pretty much be it for Monday because 7 a.m. Tuesday morning, we are going to be, or I will be, I'm sure y'all will be dropping in here and there, be doing a 24-hour Skyrim stream to benefit the Humane Educational Society. We're going to be giving away a Xbox One copy, brand new unopened, of Call of Duty World War II to anybody who donates at least $5. And then we will have another as yet unannounced contest. Maybe we'll announce that Monday to kind of build hype for it.
Sounds like a thing, yes.
Yeah, I don't want to announce that during the stream. Let's build some hype for that. And the only hint I'm going to give is Sarah. But anyway, everybody... Everybody have a good rest of the night. Hope you enjoyed our Star Wars The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Live recap. Spoiler filled. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and hop off because I'm tired. I'm sure they are too. So anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
Somebody.
I'm sleepy. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
Single Sarah.
I took my
And
medicine.
we're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. This has been the Star Wars Last Jedi spoiler-filled review. We'll see everybody this weekend.